just how do the counterfeiters reshape these headstocks and get the decals on and make them actually look like the real thing? Let's find out. This is the same $67 guitar that I shot a video on 2 weeks ago, and we're going to convert the headstock into the actual telly shape. I bought this just because I could tell that there's just enough meat left on this, enough wood left on this to where we can go ahead and overlay the actual telly shape, cut it out, and we're going to install a Waterslide Decal on it just to show you how these counterfeiters are doing it, to maybe help you spot one, because I spot them all the time when I'm out, you know, hunting for gear. And every once in a while somebody gets screwed on one of these and they got it hanging up with a $1,000, $1,100 price tag on it, and it's just fake as can be. But we're going to actually do a pretty good job and see how good we can make this, or how close we can make it. Not that we're ever going to sell it and try to fool anybody into buying it, you know, or take it into a pawn shop and claim it's real or something like that, to where somebody will end up seeing it and getting fooled themselves when they purchase it. But that's all I'm doing on this video. We're just reshaping the headstock, and we're going to install a Waterslide decal. I'm going to do the best job I can. I'll also do a little finish on it if the weather holds out and stays a little warm, and we'll shine it up a little bit and put it back together, see what it looks like. Let's do it. Guess I'll speed through a lot of this stuff, but you know, first thing we got to do, of course, is remove the strings. Then, of course, want to take off the neck. Get the neck off. Remove that. Of course, take the strings off. Leave the string on. We're just on the neck. Okay, neck done. Now we got to take the tuners off. So we'll start. All right, starters, take these little screws out. All right, let's take these off. Then what I do next is I just find me a guitar that has the perfect telly shape and lay it right on over it. Stick something in the tuner holes to kind of keep it in line, so it doesn't scoot around too much. Then line it up with this back part, and the rest of it looks like it can be traced all the way around to make it round. All the way around. See if we can get the right there. That's what we got to cut out. Right there. To make this thing look just like a Telecaster. And I think there is just enough wood on there to barely get there. Let's go cut it out. All right, here we go. Gotta get some sanding done. A little sander. Alright, after some hand sanding, of course, we had to use a little roto tip, kind of get that right in the center there. Alright, just blew all my sawdust off. We'll get all the dark marks off of it, but it's coming along. Looks pretty good, actually. Couldn't show you all the hand sanding I had to do to get rid of the saw marks and stuff, but it was a bunch. Got 60 grit using that stuff. Alright, looks like it's getting ready for the decal. Okay, to install your headstock decal, what I'm putting on this one is, I picked out one that was kind of beat up, a little bit faded. I've had it around for a while, just hasn't found the right project. Looks like this one's going to be the one, since we're going to turn this into some kind of relic eventually. But what I want to do is go ahead and get a Waterslide decal on it. All you need is a bowl of warm water, and of course the decal. And most importantly, you do need some tissue paper. Mainly toilet paper. Toilet paper works great. Actually, it works better than paper towels. Paper towels are a little bit too rough. But there's the decal I'm putting on. Right there. And I'm going to try to do this without blocking the camera. What you do is you dip it down into the water. Make sure she is completely submerged. You let it sit for about 30 seconds. So I may speed it up or whatever. You don't want it completely sliding off of the water slide paper when you pull it out of the water. I've done that many times, but you do want it completely submerged. Make sure she sinks to the bottom there. And 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. Okay. Pay very careful attention to what happens next. We're about to pull it on there. That most importantly, you gotta have some water on the headstock. So I drip it with my finger, approximately where it's gonna go. Get the wood a little wet, because you want it to slide onto water. So you'll be able to shift it and get it in the right place that you want it. I'm not gonna put this in the absolute correct place. I don't want to tempt anybody to claim that this thing is real, but that should be okay. You don't want to wait too long. I get just below it. Then the way you water slide it is you pull it off of the whole thingy here. There, see, it's starting to slide. That's why they call it a water slide decal. Now that it's kind of submerged in water, you kind of want to get it put just perfectly in the right place. Looks like about like that. I'm just going to go by my eyesight and what looks the best. I think we're going to put it about like that. Okay, once you get that set, then you go to work on the paper towel. You gotta kind of slowly dab it. Just dab it, just a little bit. Kind of absorb that water that you just put on it. Toilet tissue does work the best. Okay, you want to make sure that is okay. Now it should still move a little bit, but you just slowly kind of roll it to get the water to come out from underneath it. Press down gently. Don't rub whatever you do. You could tear it in half. These things are kind of flimsy. But you definitely. Okay. I think we're set. It does have a glue on it. I'm gonna take a look. Make sure you got a dry portion of it. Just give it a little rub. Give it a little rub this way. Let the light hit it. Let's see if I can get the light to hit it for you. You kind of want it to look like that. This one doesn't have to be perfect because of what I'm going to do with this. As a matter of fact, if it's a little dark or something up against the wood, great. There we go. It looks like a Fender. From a distance, it looks pretty good. Up close, you can see the lines around it. We are going to clear coat it and darken it. As you can see, it's not bad. I think we're good. Now the decal's been dry for about, roughly 6 hours. What we're going to do is just give it a super light coat. Okay. You don't want to give it a That's all you want to do is just barely wet it on the first coat. And we'll go ahead and already see that one didn't stay. So we're going to let that one go as is. See if I can get some reflection on it. There we go. Just barely wet. We want to let that dry. You don't want to put a lot on it first. All right, let's put a second coat on. Yeah. Okay, looks like the third and final coat for this phase anyway. I'm going to add coats later when I do some relic work on this thing. But for now, let's spray the final coat on it. Go a little thicker on this one, not a lot. Get it on the edge. Get it all the way up. Yeah, you don't want to overdo it, but yeah, we got a good coating on it. It protects the decal. It's a little rough. We're going to do some smooth sanding on it after a while, but that's what she looks like. Let's go put her back on the body. Well, we got the decal on. Thanks for watching. Tune in next week, and we are going to add a few more things to this and do a little bit more work on it to finally finish the project. As you can see, the headstock decal came out really nice. I started putting some tuners in it, and I'll show you the tuners here. To make a relic out of this, we're going to make it look super old, but that's going to come out pretty sweet. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next week.